Hi, everyone. I'm Terry.
And I'm Ella.
Welcome to the Chasing Red Flags podcast, Let's Get Real.
Here, no topic is off limits.
And real beats perfect every time.
Welcome to the conversation.
Welcome to where you belong.
You're part of the family now, so let's get real together.
Hi, honey.
Oh my God, hi. How are you?
I can't believe that this is the last episode of season 4.
It's a little weird.
It flew by.
Yeah. I'm a little sad about it.
I know.
I want it to keep going.
I know.
This is a great season. We've had so many amazing guests.
We are about to have.
I will say it's a little weird seeing you in such a bright color. All you do is wear like black, blue, and a little bit of red now, but
I know.
pink is a lot for me.
Let's just say I would do anything for our guest, and her favorite color is pink.
That is true, and we are very excited to have her. But before we dive in, we just want to say thank you all so much for being here. Please subscribe to the Chasing Red Flags podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or wherever you listen to yours. And please rate, review, and comment. We read all of the reviews, and it means the world to us. Thank you for always letting us be our true, authentic selves on this podcast. And with that, let's introduce our amazing guest that I'm so excited to have on.
All right. So today we're beyond excited to welcome the queen of self-expression herself, the bold, the confident, funny, fearless Judi Holler. Judi is a keynote speaker, best-selling author, and professionally trained improviser who knows how to turn fear into fuel. Her breakout book, Fear is My Homeboy, was endorsed by none other than Mel Robbins. And her brand new book, Holler at Your Dreams, drops September 9th, and it is incredible. Judi believes that if we don't know ourselves, we can't be ourselves. Sound familiar?
And that belief is in the heart of every single thing that we do here at Chasing Red Flags. And Judi lives it out loud. She is an artist, an idea DJ, and creative entrepreneur who's redefining what it means to show up truly and fully as yourself. She doesn't just talk about self-expression, she truly lives it.
Can't wait to have her.
Let's do it.
All right. Welcome to the Chasing Red Flags podcast. Let's get real.
Yay. We're so excited to have you here.
Thank you.
Oh my God, can I talk?
Yeah.
Is this like, is
Yeah.
this, okay. I didn't know if you guys are like crazy.
No,
like,
please.
oh, this is so fun. I love the vibes already. We've just like, I'm like, we should have hit record like, I don't know, 5 minutes ago because we're already popping off. So this is going to be a fun, guys, so happy to be here and let's get real, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right. So it feels like we've had this on the calendar forever. And so much has happened since we first connected. So Ella and I are so excited that you're here. We're honored. We're thrilled. But we've always admired how unapologetically real you are. That is like from the day we saw you first on Instagram, we were like, that's our girl.
Yes.
And before we dive into fear and leadership and of course your new book, we thought we'd kick things off with a little game.
Yes. Okay.
Ooh,
It's a fun game. It's called True or False, Judi Holler edition, obviously. Because let's be honest, we did find out some things and we'd love to hear the backstory and the truth and more about it.
Okay.
Okay. This is so fun.
Yeah.
So
It's like
here
improv.
we go. Exactly.
Yes,
No,
we're
it's
improving
fun.
with the game. That we got this from you. Okay. You grew up in St. Louis. Your mom cleaned houses for wealthy families and you slept on a waterbed. Tell us how true that is and what it was like growing up for you.
Okay. So all true. I'm born and raised in the Lou, baby.
Yeah.
I'm a Midwest chick, lived in the Midwest, over half of my life now. I mean, I lived there till I was in my early 30s. My mom did clean houses. My mom has done a lot of odd jobs, but she spent a significant amount of time in my high school, like late grade school, high school times, cleaning houses in the wealthy neighborhoods like Clayton and Ladue, in St. Louis. And that was a transformational moment for me because it really exposed me to abundance and wealth and like porches and rocking chairs and big Christmas trees and Christmas lights and like, oh my God, you have 2 Christmas trees. So I started to like see, and the girls that did cheer and the way their rooms were done. And I'd get to like peek around and it just like made me like just Bambi-eyed for what could be because I saw a world that wasn't in existence in my home. We grew up pretty like normal, middle, low class, North County, St. Louis. But I mean, we did not, these homes were out of the movies for me, but I was like, oh, they exist. Yeah. And I think it was such a beautiful thing for me to witness and sort of get exposure to. And my mom just thought I was going to sit there and do homework. But what I was really doing was sort of,
exploring
the early days of manifesting probably. A lot of the abundance I now call into my life. And the last one, a waterbed. You bet it.
Who has a
and
waterbed?
crazy.
They are young. That's awesome.
That's fancy. Like I was like, we may not have had much, but I was the oldest and I was bossy. And I was like, Dad, you're getting me. And we got it from a garage sale. And think about that.
Yeah.
That's kind of gross if you think about it.
Really gross.
Water and stuff like that.
Hey,
It's kind of, you really think about all the gross things that were in that bed. Like I
It's
can't
okay. You
even
didn't know back then.
It was. I had a waterbed and I thought I was the coolest thing. And I would lay on that waterbed and there was a love song and dedication show at the time called Delilah. I don't know if anybody remembers it, but people would call in and they would say, my husband's in the doing this and I haven't seen him and he travels for work and and then they'd like go into like Journey and like all these like love songs and I would just like lay on my waterbed and cry over these boys I was dating and just like, oh my God. So yeah, all three of those are true.
I love that. Okay,
love
on to the next question. True or false? You went through a really brutal breakup and you basically said, I'm out, move to Chicago to reinvent yourself. And if that is true, give us a little bit more of the backstory. And is that or was that the beginning of like your improv journey?
Oh my God, that guy. Yeah. At the time, like the worst thing in the world. Like I literally left everything I knew. I left the Lou, had the career of my dreams, the friends. We were running that city. We were like in the magazines. We're at all the games. We're just like running that town, right? Like all my besties there, had a big career in the hotel business. Well, at least was building my career. I mean, I was in my late 20s. I wouldn't call it a big career, but I felt like a big shot. I had an office and I had insurance and, I had clients and, I got to like travel and all these things. And, I met a guy. I was played and dumped and sort of left at we weren't engaged or anything, left at the altar in a dating scenario. And here's the flashpoint. Instead of running home to the comfort zone, to where I was the shit, to where I had like a lay of the land, I was like, it's now or never. And I don't know. I think it's something bigger than me. I credit the greatest artist of all time, God. I'm not a religious person, but I'm very spiritual and I believe in God. And I believe there was something bigger happening there because I did not go back to St. Louis. I did not go to St. Louis. It would have been easy for me to go to St. Louis. I said, you know what? I've always wanted to live in Chicago. So I started making calls to people in the hotel business. And I ended up, sometimes I don't even know how this, like, I'm just like the audacity, but I tried to because I had left my career too. I went into the pharmaceutical industry for this guy too. So I left hotels. So I started calling back my old contacts to say, hey, I messed up.
Yeah.
I think I want to come back. And can you take me back? And is there anything in Chi-Town? Because that's where I'm trying to go. And I got myself a job and actually a promotion in Chicago, lived in the basement of one of my sorority sisters. Her and her husband had a house there. I lived in their basement for a couple of months until I found an apartment. But it was like the thing that changed everything for me because I never left. I lived there I met my second city.
I
think that's so brave.
Yeah. It changed the course of your life.
Yeah.
It changed
everything.
Oh, I've had so many close calls in life where I almost gave away my power.
Yeah.
And it is in the moments that we don't, and we trust that we are protected, that we are on purpose, that we are right where we're supposed to be, that we are on purpose and we are purpose itself because we exist and we breathe oxygen. It's when we can really understand, like truly believe that at a cellular level that, you kind of walk around, what I call it like with a shit shield. Like things are going to happen.
I love
it. That's going to be our new thing, a shit shield.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to happen. We're going to lose people. We're going to there's death, diagnosis, disruption. Like none of us get out of this pain free. The older I get, Mom, you feel me? Like things start changing. You're like, what is happening?
Yeah.
So it's not easy, but I have a shit shield around me in the sense of like self-love and trust and just a deep understanding of like the divine assignment I'm on. And so I kind of understood that like at a young age. Luckily, I don't know how, I think that's a story maybe for another day, but I just had this trust that it was gonna be okay. And it changed the course of my life. And I just kept I'm like, it would work. Yeah. So I just kept trusting myself. And then I became the evidence.
Yep. You did.
So then I'm like, oh, well, I have proof. I am the proof that I can do hard things.
100%.
So what if I tried this hard thing? Like Second City, or what if I went for that promotion, or what if I went out with this guy, or what if I just said this date sucks and I get up and leave? Yep. What if I just start making these moves for myself because I know I'm a bounce, like regardless, right?
Yep. Knowing you're going to bounce and knowing you're going to be good is everything.
It might hurt, but I'll bounce.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And so that is true. That is true.
I like
Chicago.
that.
It's my turn.
Yeah. Okay.
Ready?
Fine.
True or false, you're now a proud Peloton junkie, dog mom to Tito and Jameson, and a stepmom.
Yeah, I am. All three of those. So I love Peloton. I've been riding. So I'm a soul cycler.
Okay.
So that is how I fell in love with cycling. Soul.
My
Soul
best
has
friend
my
is
heart.
a
But when I
soul
moved-
cycler too. Yep.
Oh, it's a cult following. So,
It is a
but
cult.
when I moved from Chicago to Ohio, I had no soul cycle. So I bought a Peloton because I
Okay.
moved to Ohio when I got engaged to my husband. We lived outside of Cleveland for 7 years.
Okay.
And so I bought a Peloton and fell in love with it. Like Alex Toussaint. I've been to the studio.
Yeah.
I wrote about him. I
Oh.
gave him my book and he took like a photo with it. It was just amazing. Alex Toussaint's like the OG. I just rode, it sounds bad. I almost just said I just rode him yesterday.
I just wrote him.
I was gonna say, and my husband cheats
also,
on me
we
in
know
the
what- we know
basement
what
on
you
his
mean.
Peloton because he has his girls.
I know he talks about like his
He
girlfriend
talks. He comes up and
Kendall,
talks
or, like,
about
a
his
few of
Kendall
the
and
other
his girls all
Yeah.
the time.
It goes both ways.
Yeah.
Literally. I mean, these
Absolutely.
instructors and that's the point. It gets us on the bike. But
Right.
yeah, so I love the Peloton and what were the other
Tito
two?
and Jameson, is that, like,
dogs.
after like Tito and Jameson.
Yeah, so
like,
we
the
went
alcohol.
to a Tito's vodka phase. We've moved on to Kettle One. I've
Okay.
upgraded myself.
Okay.
Okay.
In my 30s.
Cheetos. Got
In
it.
my 30s, we were really into Tito's, so we named our first the love of my life, Tito. He's 9 years old. He's written every book with me. He lays at my feet for everything. He's 9. He's a golden retriever named Tito, and then I have a weapon. I have a German Shepherd, 110 pound
Ooh.
German Shepherd named Jameson, and I married an Irishman, and so we named him Jameson Whiskey, and that was my stepson's
That's
kind of sort of
so
situation.
funny.
We were kind of thinking he should be called Shadow because he's like your shadow. He's sitting right outside of these doors right now, like what's but we went with Jameson, so that's the truth. And I do have 3 stepsons. My youngest stepson is 21.
Wow.
And
Nice.
my oldest son is 26. So yeah, I've got a Gen Z and 2 millennials.
Love it.
And they're just dope. 3 guys, Jack, Sam, and Sean. And they're just
guys,
the greatest
that must
guys.
be a packed house.
All dudes. It's great. And my dogs are boys.
I
My husband, I'm
send
just
Ella to
around.
visit.
Oh my God, stop it.
I know, right? Oh my God, I love that. Yeah. I don't know if he has a girlfriend. I mean, like, we'll talk offline on
We'll
this.
talk. We'll talk up.
Miami, Ohio. He's at Miami of Ohio. He graduates in May. So he's, starting up his senior year right now.
Yeah,
but,
so is
he's a
Ella.
good kid.
I know. Amazing.
Telling you.
Love it.
Telling you. So yes, those are all true.
Love
Okay.
it.
So now that we've confirmed that you're just as cool as we thought you were, where did your fire and determination come from? Was like it a confidence that you were born with, or do you think you grew into it?
Yeah, I don't think any of us are born with confidence. It's so funny. I think it's something we build and we grow and we cultivate and we curate and we get better at over time. I always say with Fierce, My Homeboys, it's my first book. I always say people are like, well, the joke I make, one of the questions I get asked a lot is like, what is something people would be surprised to know about you, And I go, you really want to know the real answer? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, that I'm one of the biggest fraidy cats you will ever meet in your entire life, which makes me qualified to write about fear because
Absolutely.
I
That's
face
fair.
it every day.
Yeah.
I have a panic disorder that I work so hard to figure out. I'm very claustrophobic and I struggle with, and I think some of this is stuff that is getting cleaned up from my past that I'm now finally facing. And, I think I'm in the process of healing that and I'm in a really good place with it. But yeah, anxiety and, I can dip in and out of depression if I'm not careful. And, there's a lot of mental illness in the family. And so I just really watch the numbing and all that stuff because I have to be very careful about that. But, I know that, that I, again, I'm evidence of success. I'm evidence of art, all simply because I exist. And so I just, I built it over time.
About being your authentic, real self. And that's what gives you the confidence because you are exactly who you are. And you show up that way. And we see that. And that's what connects us to you.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you. And it's also what makes the work hard because then if someone doesn't like it, they don't like it. So this is why they literally don't like you. And that's okay. Like, guys, what everybody needs to hear right now, and there's this whole everybody is not supposed to be for everybody. Not everybody is supposed to like
tell
the
me
same
that
music.
like maybe 15 more times because that is one of the biggest things I struggle with.
Not everybody is going to like you. And that's okay.
No, and that's the point. how basic and boring and dull and uncolorful would the world be if we all liked the same people and listened to the same music and vibed the same way? We're not supposed to be included. Like, if you are here, you are welcome to my party. You will feel as included and as inclusive as you want. Yeah. But there are supposed to be things that aren't for people. I'm sorry. There are things that aren't for me. And it doesn't mean I hate on you because I'm too busy being amazing and lifting people up, right? Yep. As most people who are smart are, but the people who are hurt other people. But we're not supposed to be for everybody. And I think if you're not ruffling some feathers, you're probably playing it too safe. But I'm really in this camp right now. And I think a lot of people are afraid to say it. It's just like, I don't think everything should be for everybody.
I think don't disagree. And I think I'm learning that a lot more now, but it's hard.
This isn't for you.
Yeah.
No. Maybe this isn't for you. And guess what? That's okay.
Right. Yeah.
That's okay.
Okay. I think I need to play that on repeat 20 times, every single time.
Me too.
But, yeah.
Same.
It's hard.
I get so trippy about it.
I mean, on that, I struggle a lot with self-doubt and I'm a recovering perfectionist. Literally, I need everything to be perfect. And I struggle a lot with the way that I see myself. And so that combination is really not easy. But I know how you've talked a lot about how improv kind of taught you that fear is your friend. And that's something I'm still learning a little bit. And so how can I and us in general kind of reframe fear kind of that way instead of letting it hold us back?
Yes. And I want to address the whole perfectionism thing first for you.
Yes.
Sweet Ella. It is a poison that pretends to be a vitamin. People think it's good. I don't know who originally said it that way. I wrote about this in my book. I'm like, whoever you are, if you find me, whoever said that, please,
credit you.
Contact. Because it's like, oh, look at me. Yeah. I am perfect. I'm gonna make sure this sentence, this thing. This is why we don't ship our art. This is why we don't make the moves. This is why we don't do the things, because it's got to be perfect. That is bullshit. That is just fear. That is kind of an excuse wrapped up in the skin of a lie.
I know.
We talk about it all the time. And that's why literally we started the business, because she was fearful about being her true self. So she put on this perfectionism of, I have to be perfect at everything. I have to have a smile on my face all the time.
I didn't want to show anybody that I was struggling or I felt certain ways or I had different opinions. And
100%.
So
it is a thing. So I'm going to read this line to you. There's this piece I wrote in the book. Can I read something to you?
Of course you can.
Ella, this is for mom too, but this is for you, Ella. It's a piece in the book. It's called Childhood Echoes. So here's what I say. There's this thing I do after anything social or new where I try to act fly, cool as the blue sky, but instead I'm spiraling inside, wondering, was I okay? Was that okay? Did I talk too much? Did I listen enough? Should I have been more chill? Did I take up too much space? Did I shine too bright? I know these are just childhood echoes, unhealed things, lessons I never asked for, conditioned to apologize for my presence, to take the spotlight and toss it in another direction before it burned with rejection. But I know now that those are lies wrapped in the skin of a ghost named perfection. Because why should I dim my light to keep the peace in rooms I was born to electrify? I am not here to hide. I am here to be the light.
Oh,
so chills.
I don't have that memorized, so I had to read it.
No, chills. That is chills.
That is
if awesome. You can maybe there's a little edit there, but
yeah.
I wanted to give that to you because that's it. Those are lies wrapped up in the skin of a ghost named perfection, right? It's this shadow that stands on our shoulder. And the only thing that ghost wants to do, and this is the message to your second question on fear, all it wants to do, fear's only job is to stop you. Because the second you change, the second you go, the second you ship, the second you do, the second you get brave and start to have a different, you kind of have a tolerance for it. And you kind of call it, and fear doesn't like that. Fear wants you afraid of it. And so fear's going to pull out everything it can to try and stop you. And perfection is one of its favorite tools. Procrastination, self-sabotage, self-doubt.
Well, it's that.
Those are tools. Those are tools. And look, if fear ain't going to stop you, it's going to distract you. So it's going to find a way to stop you, and that's the whole point. Because if you keep moving, you'll get brave and then you won't need it as much. And fear hates that. So hopefully that answers your question, but I wanted to share that with you because I felt intuitively called to do it.
I love that.
No, I love it. One of your most powerful mantras is start before you're ready, which I really love.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been telling myself a lot. But honestly, I will say I struggle with. How can we kind of get better just taking the leap when fear and this perfectionism get in the way? Because I get it, but I don't know how to take that next step to like stop myself from feeling it.
Yeah. Well, if you stopped yourself from feeling, you wouldn't be a human. You'd be a robot. You'd be a machine. You'd be a alien.
Yeah.
Number
But
one.
sometimes I
if you're
feel like I
feeling-
feel too much.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that. Like, pun intended. Like, yeah. I love that. That means you're tuned in and you're awake and you're aware and you're activated. Those feelings mean you're moving through the world differently than most, because most people don't feel. Ella, think about that. There are people that like dumb down feelings and shove down feelings and feel none of the feels. I'm an emotional. I don't know if you've done any human design work, either you or your mama, but it's pretty okay. So I'm an emotional projector. I'm an emotional solar plexus. I'm a projector, which is kind of rare in the world of human design anyway. Only 20% of the world are projectors. Most of the world are manifesting generators, manifestors, and generators, right? They generate their own energy. Projectors, we don't. But the reason I bring that up is no matter what you are, half of the world is sacral and they're rooted and they're pretty grounded in their decision, and the other half of the world are more emotional. And we're more
you and Ella are cut from the same cloth.
You're not, Mom.
I'm not.
Yeah. So we're opposite. Yeah.
Okay. So that is interesting with the two of you. I love this.
Yeah.
So Ella, for girls like you and I, we gotta ride the waves, babe, and know that they're normal. And so there are going to be things that feel really big and really scary and really meaty and really overthinky, and we still need to wait.
But
we
I
can't make a decision in that.
People off.
Yes, and that's their problem, not ours.
Bam.
Okay.
Because we can't control other people, places, and or things. That's an improv cornerstone.
Okay.
So I can't control the politics. I can't control the economy. I can't control someone. And by the way, people are already like, we worry so much about people talking about us, judging us, making fun of us, not liking us.
Yep.
The cold hard truth is people are already doing it.
I know.
All day, every day.
All day, every
day. So
day.
we might as well give them something to talk about.
When we listened to your keynote, that was one of my favorite things you said. People already don't like you.
Yes.
They already don't.
They don't.
And so let that be the anthem. It is hard, Ella, because you know why? It matters and you care and you're a real human. Listen, if you did not care, if you did not have feelings, you would be a freaking sociopath.
No,
you would be a psychopath.
Yeah.
So and there are people out there
that
don't have the feels.
There are.
And they are robots and they are cages and they are scary and they are toxic and they want to steal your light.
Yes. Yep.
But when you are the light, you have like darkness only becomes light when you flip on the switch.
Yeah.
So you have to be the switch, and it's hard,
Yeah.
but it gets better with time and age. Trust and believe your mama and I when we tell you, because these are all the stories that are going to make you so cool. You know?
Yes. So, okay, while we're talking about this, I have to say a little bit about your journey. You've been a keynote speaker for over a decade, but something's changed recently. So how did the evolution of your change lead to Holler at Your Dreams? Because you've had a lot of change recently, and I'd love to know about it.
Yeah, this is big. I think we've all, we all, and it's going to be different stages in life, but you know, when you get to become a woman of a certain age, you know, as I stare down the barrel of 50,
you're right behind
you collect
me.
a lot. Yes, you collect a lot of life. You know, you've had them. You know, no doubt about it, Terry. Like you have these they call them dark nights of the soul, or aha moments, or flashpoints in life. Like the Chicago, the guy dumping me. There are these little flashpoints throughout my life that I'm like, oh my God, worst thing at the time, but the best thing ever. So one happened very recently that I think saved the life of Holler at Your Dreams, because she almost died. And here's how it went down. I had gotten to a place where about three and a half years ago, I lost myself. I lost my voice. And I think when you get to a certain phase of success. I grew fast. I got successful fast.
Yep.
I write about this in my book. The money grabbers started coming around.
Yep.
And these money grabbers, they got the fix for you, baby. They got, oh, we're going to do this to scale. We're going to do this. This is what you should do. And this is how you should look. And this is how your video should be. And oh my God, all the speakers are doing this. And ooh, if you're not in this group and if you're not, and just write me a check and I'm going to fix you, baby. I got this. You know what I mean? And so all of a sudden you're like, oh, okay, I guess I trust you. And so I want to scale and I want to be okay. And so I'm going to go ahead and outsource my power to you and you're going to fix me, right? Brand manager. You're going to fix me, speaker agent. You're going to fix me, entity outside of me. So I was in this place
and
of like,
all of a sudden, you're not you anymore.
And then all of a sudden you wake up and you're like, who the hell is this person? So this all kind of began for me in 2022 and it came to a head just in March of this year because I had lost myself. And so I started outsourcing my power. I started writing to checks to people who weren't me to try and fix me. And a year and a half, 2 years ago now, I launched the concept and I thought, okay, so I'm there's some bad people around me, but then I started to get some really aligned people around me. And with one of them specifically, she really helped me wake up this beast. And together we sort of looked at my last name and I said, well, why are we not like, how, she's like, you have this last name and you write all this poetry, you love this beat. Like, why are we not waking this up? I'm like, right. Maybe it's time for people to holler at their dreams. And we're like, that's it. Right. And so we launched this concept. We launched it to the world in 2023, redo the website, redo the video, redo the keynote, redo the look, the brand, and it falls flat. And I have people in the speaking business telling me it's dangerous, that it'll never work. And corporate America will never understand you. And if you ever want to work again in this business, you know, we need to fix this. We need to fix this.
All the
and
naysayers.
so I got scared. Will I be able to pay my mortgage? Will I be able to pay my team? Like, did I just waste 10 years of work? And oh my God, scared. And one woman even said to me, I kid you not, she goes, holler at your dreams. She goes, cute. She goes, how's that working out for you? She goes, are you busy? Ooh. And at the time I wasn't. My keynote speaking business had kind of slowed. Right. So she got me like right in the gut and I panicked and I didn't hire her. I hired someone else to fix the holler at your dreams mess. And she goes, here's what we're going to do. We're going to rebrand you. I'm going to fix you. I got you. Here's how much it's going to be a month. And we're going to call you the Be the Verb Girl. You're going to be the Be the Verb Girl.
Oh,
that's what we want. We want momentum.
Right?
We want momentum in our companies.
Mm-hmm. It's so funny because we were having trouble with Be the Verb and Holler at Your Dreams. It was like, boom. It fit. It made sense. Yeah. We couldn't figure out Be the Verb.
Uh-huh. Okay. So wait for this.
So we are aligned with you.
Girl, see, this is it.
We are so aligned.
You're going to be so aligned, you know?
Aligned.
So the flashpoint is, you know, you're going to be the Verb Girl. You're going to be the Verb Girl. So I change everything again. I changed the website. I changed the keynote. I changed the cover, the title of my book. We change it all. And I am sick. I'm not sleeping at night. I am irritable. I'm snapping at my husband. I'm on stage delivering my keynote and I like can't even look at any of the video of me doing the Be the Verb keynote because it's like I'm a shell of myself. Yeah. I most specifically and most acutely could not make a decision on the cover of my book. And this book is coming out in September, the Holler at Your Dreams book. And my team is like pressuring me. They're like, we need a decision. We got to get it going. We need a decision. We need market. We got all these things. And I couldn't make a decision. So finally we're up against the line. We have these 3 covers and they're like, okay, I'm like 48 hours. Give me 48 hours. All of a sudden I wake up in the middle of the night. I don't know why we always make up in the middle of the night at 3 in the morning and things.
That's always when the good ideas happen.
Welcome to Ella.
Yeah, I think it's because we're in theta. I think we're in theta and I think there's something kind of like divine happening at that like time in the evening. I have no idea, but I wake up at 3 in the morning and I go, oh my God, I got it. I go, I am over here painting my life's canvas with someone else's brush, thinking it's going to work. And what hit me is the keynote. And this is the flashpoint. This is the thing that my whole keynote is about. And the whole key message now that I anchor everything in. And it's this. What I realized and recognized is that, oh my God, when something doesn't belong to you, it will not stay with you and you will not want to stay with it. Right. So maybe for you, it is not a book title or a brand phrase or a keynote. Maybe for you, it's clothes in your closet that literally no longer fit you anymore. Maybe it's a relationship you've outgrown. This is why there's tension in relationships that used to feel like home, right?
Exactly.
Are you feeling me? If you're getting this is why
a lot of that recently.
A lot of that recently. With growth comes a lot of loss.
Yes.
it's growth.
And
And loss is good because loss is new beginning.
Yes.
I'm
It's a
trying
surrendering.
to look at it
Pushing
that
back
way.
It's
Yeah.
really hard for the younger generation to see loss
As growth.
as growth.
I see it very much as more loss than anything else. And I'm really trying to
Yeah.
reframe my brain.
We're working hard on that.
Yeah.
We are.
And time helps with that, and experience, getting the evidence that it does work out. But that for me was the thing that changed. And so and I'm a grown woman. So again, you're never going to stop growing. You're never going to stop feeling pain. You're never going to stop doubting yourself. You're never
Yeah.
going to stop, aligning. There are times, growth and reinvention and change is the whole freaking game of this thing called life. And so I called my power back 5 months ago. I shut the whole thing down. I got rid of that brand manager. I redesigned the cover. I called my graphic designer. We were in tears and we built the book that I wanted to book, and I burned it all back down to rebuild the life that I knew I was born to live. And I called back my power, and I called back my last name, and I did it for my legacy and my ancestors and my future and my truth and where I'm going in this world. And absolutely not will I ever give anyone outside of me that kind of power again. I am the creative director of this one wildly dope, precious life that I get to live. And I have to sometimes keep learning that. I had to learn that lesson about a dozen times until I finally couldn't.
Yeah.
You will keep getting served the same lesson until you listen.
I think that's where I'm
from
at
an
right
outsider, somewhat, we have been watching your journey and we saw it happening. We saw yes. And we saw the rebrand.
I pulled it back. It's what is she doing?
It was pretty incredible, actually, from our perspective.
No, in an inspiring way, not in a bad way.
It was
at all.
really cool. We saw the rebrand. We saw the Be the Verb. We were a little confused, and then we saw you say you went through it because we saw you struggling, and then we saw you be like, "I burned it all down," and we were like celebrating for you.
I was like, "This is awesome."
We knew you took your life back that day.
Well, and look at you now. At least, I don't know how you were during the time that it was Be the Verb, but you seem so
we are so proud
of you,
because it was we were lit up from watching you find yourself again.
Yeah.
And you're gonna make me cry.
No, and we saw it, and we were like, we need to be inspired by that because we knew exactly. Without this whole story, we knew exactly what was happening.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? This is the beauty of keeping it real and being real and getting real. It's not all roses and freaking daisies, right? And if you want to know how to be real, being real means going out there and trying things and failing and messing up, it wrong and pissing people off and losing relationships and making mistakes. I have got it wrong so many times. I've been wrong. I am wrong. I am the most imperfect human being in the world. And I just think this algorithm has really made us lose our own, and
we say that every day. We struggle, we make mistakes every day. And on that, you said the world doesn't need to be louder. It needs to be realer.
Yes.
So that's your line. And that resonated with us because it's basically the foundation of what we built Chasing Red Flags.
Who you are.
No,
and
literally.
it's the foundation of our journal. So how do people start to get real with themselves in a world where everybody rewards pretending?
Ooh,
It's $1 million question.
Be brave enough to take the mask off. Be brave enough to be honest with yourself.
Yes.
Because the reality is, am I allowed to say a bad word on this
allowed
podcast?
to say whatever the fuck
swear.
you want.
Okay, great. Okay. I've been pretty good. I'm like, can I say, but really, truly, nobody knows shit about shit.
Yes.
And I'm sorry. We are all just trying to figure it out. And the only way you learn shit about shit is by going through the shit.
Yes.
To figure out what being the shit is for you.
Right. No, you're right. So, making the mistakes, making the bad choices, figuring it out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so it's taking off the mask. I think one of the most practical things you could do, if you're looking for something tangible, do you have here's something someone could do today that would make a difference.
Yep.
Do you have a perspective? Do you have a point of view? And it will change in your 20s and it will change in your 30s and it will change in your 40s. And so I was on I'll set this up with a story, and this, I'm going to leave you with the question, and listener, take good notes on this one because it'll change your life. And if you ever see me at a party, I'm going to ask you this question and I'm going to ask you too this question. So I want to know your answer to it. So get ready because we were moving here and we were getting a tour of like my husband wanted to join a golf place because he loves to golf. And so we were getting a little tour with the guy and I tag along because it's Arizona. It was beautiful. And I love a golf cart. So I had a cocktail and I'm like tagging along. And so he goes off to go look at this, like the greens on the hole. And this guy, the caddy, David, was in the car with me and he was just turned around. He was making small talk as we do. He's 26 years old, young guy. He goes, so what do you do? And, which people ask. And I'm like, well, I'm an author. I'm a keynote speaker. He goes, cool. What do you write about? Like, and I'm, fear. I have a book called Fear is My Home Way. So we have that conversation. He goes, man, David, 26 years old. He goes, man, that's amazing. He goes, you got to tell me what inspires you. Now, as an artist, you would think I'd be able to rattle off something really dope, but I flailed like a deer in headlights. I rattled off all this weird stuff. And you know how when you're talking to someone and you go from looking really cool to like, you see them like gloss,
them gloss over.
He's like, I am not buying her book. This woman is, I was like, oh, and I like Brene Brown, and then
I love Brene Brown, by the way.
So funny.
Right.
Like, not my inspiration at all, but I said like the weirdest things.
Yeah.
Like, so I was like, okay, David.
I need to think
Great
about
question, buddy. And I was like challenged. So I went home that night and in my phone, it lives to this day and it's ongoing. Things come on and off the list.
Okay.
But I now I went that night, I go, people, places, and things I'm inspired by. And I started a list because I've been inspired by things my whole life. There's OGs like Gilda Radner and graffiti and boomboxes and hot pink and neon colors and the 90s and hip hop and all these things that I've loved my whole life to new things that have come in. Like, oh my God, I'm reading a lot about Banksy right now. And I love Futura.
We just saw the Banksy museums.
Oh my God, Alexander Gerard, oh my God, some of these like dope spray painters, so I'm inspired by all kinds of things, but I have some OGs. So I made this list and I keep it ongoing. And now my new favorite, because it's point of view, it's perspective. Look at all my work. Look at the things I'm inspired by and how it makes me unique in the world, because those are the things only I have. So now my new favorite question to ask people when we're at these networking events or cocktail parties or you're at a dinner with someone, because everybody loves to go, what do you do? Or where's your next vacation? Or how's the weather? It's like all these like boring small talk. First, my question is, what's inspiring you right now? What's inspiring you right now?
Deep conversation too. I love that.
Now we keep it real.
Yeah, that's how you keep it real.
Because now it's like, who are you without the corporate mask, Karen?
Right.
Who are you, Debbie? Who are you? Sorry, Karen. I have so many Karens I love. Who are you, Debbie? Without the
Debbie
weakness.
Yeah.
But
it's a great thing to have in your note section. Yeah. I love that. People, places, and things. What inspires you?
Too.
I'm literally starting that in my notes tonight.
Yeah.
What inspires you two right now? What is inspiring each of you right now?
Today,
I'd love to know.
If I had to say one word, growth.
Ooh, growth. Just growth in general is inspiring you.
In general, learning from my mistakes and doing it differently and watching other people who grow and being inspired by their journeys.
Cool. So you're reading a lot about growth. You're probably
reading a lot about growth. I'm soaking it in.
So we go into the lab there. I would be stalking autobiographies and podcasts and pieces of art. Like I'm listening to Carol Burnett's autobiography right now.
Carol Burnett.
Her growth. Yes, and Terry to that. So now go even deeper into growth and see what you can pull out of it and how you can put your unique spin on maybe an idea from someone else's life that you can make your own. So I love growth. Ella, what would you say yours is? Like, what's something that's inspiring you right now? And it doesn't have to be an idea. It could be an actual thing.
I don't know. Is it crazy to say a lot of the experiences I've been going through? Like my summer has kind of inspired me recently.
Oh, summer's been inspiring you.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Negative experiences and some positive ones, and like the people and places that I've interacted with throughout probably the past 11 weeks have been inspiring to me.
I mean, I think she spoke up at the Massachusetts State House this summer, and I think that was a big verbal be my verb moment.
Yeah.
Literally. And we can still love be the verb because we want people, but that doesn't holler at your dreams.
No, it's a very different vibe. This is like, this is a
very different vibe.
Yeah. This
Yeah,
is the
I mean, and you
billion.
guys are out there doing it, and it's so inspiring. And I think being inspired by your summer and everything you're winning and losing and doing and not and maybe being disappointed by is a great thing to stay inspired by, because then you know what you want and don't want.
And that's what I've
right?
been really trying to find with myself, is like what I want and don't want. So
Consider it like a laboratory, Ella, to not be so freaked out about like, this is how I ride with fear. This is another tactical takeaway. I look at it like this is one of the things I teach in my laws of self-expression as a model. I go back to the back of the brain, the cerebellum, and that's where the laboratory of your brain lives. And this is where experimentation is housed. So we get so stressed out, like doctors practice medicine, athletes practice free throws, lawyers practice law. Why are we so afraid to be seen practicing? So I'm always kind of like in this, like, I really look at like every day, I'm like, okay, I'm in the lab. I'm like this fear scientist, kind of like, ooh, my own little like fear doctor. And I'm like, what am I going to cook up in the lab today? And ooh, that thing really stung and that did not work. Cool.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like little
that.
doctor, like take notes, like pa, pa, pa. And now it becomes gamified instead of so freaking serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's a great way to look at it.
Back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that helps you take your power back.
I think I should maybe try that.
Yeah.
Get into the laboratory.
Yeah.
Get in the lab,
I like
Ella.
that. I'm going to get into the lab.
Get in the lab.
Well,
you are actually in the lab because you're living. It's all a big experiment.
Yes, but even more into it. I like that. But when it comes to at least like mindfulness, I know you've also kind of said it's not about being quiet, it's about being present. And that's something I've also been, I think you had said that at least. And so I've been really big into that. Like, I'm just wondering more how we can practice in our everyday lives, like, especially when the world is always buzzing and going and moving and there are a lot of distractions, how we can really be present in what we're going through.
Yeah, it's such a good question. Anybody, like, holler at your girl if you need to regulate your nervous system. Like, I am on the relentless pursuit to figure out how to regulate my nervous system. So I think you do not get in this life what you're not brave enough to holler at. So you got to be mindful about presence. So I schedule it. Like, whether I'm doing breath work or I'm sitting down, like crocheting this dope little cactus I bought in an art shop, or I'm like literally going to go on a walk around the block, or I'm going to go float in my pool and just stare at the sun for 10 minutes. Like, I try to like literally schedule it because my nervous system needs it. Like I just have to really be mindful about it, or I will just, I'm a hustler. Yeah. That's not healthy. I am, and I love when you love what you do. It's this business, you're in it too. This entrepreneurial game where you want to talk to accounting, you're talking to her. You want to talk to marketing, you're talking to her. You want to talk to press and PR, you're talking to her. You want to talk to the fashion stylist. Like, I feel you.
All the time.
People don't talk about it. It's exhausting. And it's awesome when you're doing it for the work you love. But at some point, you have to be receptive and you have to allow yourself to receive. So here's a game, a takeaway I've been playing with myself lately. I've been trying really hard, at least once a day, if I can do it just a couple of times a day. Because my husband's always like, I'm so worried about you. You're going to hurt yourself. You move too fast. You're moving too fast. You're moving too fast. He's like, you're going to hurt yourself.
That's what my dad says.
Playing this. I've been playing this game where I like am moving seductively slow.
Oh,
so it's like,
God,
it's like,
I would hate that. I'm sorry.
It's so weird. I hate it.
Okay.
I hate it, but that's the point. Because in the discomfort we grow, and it forces you to be like, oh, let me go to my closet and pick out my outfit. Let me put on my jewelry slowly. Let me like brush my teeth. Let me like fold my clothes.
No, you're right.
You're right. While I'm folding, it's those little games. Even if it takes me 5 minutes, let me like not rush to unload my dishwasher because I break plates and because I'm always like crazy.
No,
right?
It's the same. No, you're right. Because I am moving so fast that people say that I should be wrapped in bubble wrap because I trip, I fall, I bump into things, I unpack boxes. I'm going into, you're right. I break dishes, I drop glasses. Like I'm just so busy. Everyone's like, slow down.
But I do like what you said about scheduling it into to your time. And I've been at least trying to emphasize it to Mom a little bit because she's like, we love what we do and you're head down always. But I think scheduling in, like you love to walk, your hour walk, your 30-minute walk for you to do that.
Even if it's 15.
Feel like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, yeah, I like that. And I think we both need to do that more.
So do you have one tool or habit that's had like the biggest impact on your self-discovery journey in the last 5 years?
Oh, writing. I mean, I'm a poet. And I've been so afraid to share that with the world. And I've been keeping it quiet. you feel like an imposter.
Take
Who
the
am
mask
I? Oh my
off.
God. Right. But that's who I mean, I love words. And so I wrote my way back home.
I love that.
And whether I'm writing to literally create poetry or I'm writing to literally just not have to unleash this to my husband because he's literally going to murder me if I have to tell him one more time about how worried I am about something. I get it all out on paper. So writing, journaling, I write a ton. I have stacks of notebooks. I just write it out. Like I love that. And we always say in the poetry world,
cheaper than therapy. So is journaling, right?
Is journaling. Yeah.
That's why we did it.
So true. I'm with you guys. That's why this is so beautiful. And, I've borrowed a couple of those prompts because you start to run out of things. Sometimes you just want to I think there's a lot of beautiful stuff to sit down and it's really cool to free write and just to brain dump and to just let it out. But sometimes I'm like, I want to really I love writing prompts for my favorite poets. So when I want to write poetry, give me a sentence to get started and then I'm off to the races. That's kind of what this is, but not for poetry, but for personal development and for the mind. It's these are creative prompts that can really be okay, how do I focus my journaling efforts today? Because sometimes maybe something from the outside will shift my perspective on the inside. And that's what it's all about. If you want to be an interesting person and you want to keep it real and you want to be authentic, you better have a point of view and a perspective. And the only way you're going to get a point of view and perspective is you're going to go out and live your life and fail and win and learn and try things and then tell us all about it. Because if you want to write an interesting book and do cool things in the world and get a viral YouTube show or have a great keynote speech, you have to be an interesting person.
I agree.
And that is going to
have to
self-reflect.
Yeah, self-reflect.
We always say, if you don't know yourself, and most people don't. If you really don't know yourself, you can't have healthy relationships with other people. So that's the first step.
Well, okay. So for me, I'm curious, and especially for somebody listening right now, who is kind of feeling stuck or a little lost or kind of out of sync, which I have been, Mom has been, you have been. What is one thing right now that you would want them to hear?
That you don't need a frame to be a masterpiece.
I love that.
You are the art because you exist. And in a world where it feels like we're pulled further and further apart, maybe the glue that can put us back together is you being you, not the system, the matrix, the rules we break or obey, but the brushstrokes of your presence.
I think
sometimes people need to just hear something like that.
I just think you need to record a couple of those and text them to Ella. And then every night, because you have such a peaceful voice, she just needs to play them to fall asleep.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, don't we all need those?
Let's discuss this.
Someday.
We ideas for you.
Oh yeah.
We need a little.
I know. We got a
lab.
I love it. You girls are a little idea factory over there. But yeah, you don't need to be a frame. You don't need a frame to be a masterpiece. And there is no, God, look at Picasso, look at Basquiat, look at Gerard, look at Banksy, look at freaking Futura, one of the dopest graffiti artists on the planet. They're a mess. It's they bring the art to the people.
Yeah.
They're a mess and it's beautiful. And it's theirs and it's theirs. And so just don't be afraid to mess it up. You can't. Right. The only way you're going to mess it up is by not doing anything.
Yeah.
And living a life that is makes you a shell of who you are. God, the only way you can mess it up is to live someone else's life.
That is true.
And not yours.
All right. I'm going to pivot
what a
for
shame.
Oh,
what
sorry.
a shame if you do that.
Ella and I are obviously a mom-daughter duo. Yes. You had mentioned something about your mom offline. So let's talk about it.
Well, it's a lot to unpack in just a couple of minutes, but I think the cliff notes are that she's become my greatest muse because she is a reflection of everything I don't want to be and what I didn't want to become in this world. And so without her, I probably wouldn't be as strong or as committed. Or my mom's a victim, and my mom had a really hard life and didn't clean up the hallways of her house. And I think at those times, think about it, those days they didn't have access to the things we have now. They did not have the tools or the resources to clean up abuse and the strictness of those generations and the cages people were put in. And my mom went through it and she didn't clean it up. And then she had 4 kids and just it came out on us. And I'm the oldest and I'm the girl and I got the brunt of it because I became everything she didn't go be in herself, and she hated me for it.
And that is so hard.
So that's really hard. And so but it's also been the greatest gift because she became a muse. I pulled the best out of her because I have a lot of my mom. We're Italian and I got her energy. When my mom is charismatic and when my mom is on, she can light up. She can light it up.
Yeah.
You know, and I get that gift from her, but I also allow her to be this really beautiful anchor. I mean, my mom's never been on a plane. She's never seen the ocean. She's afraid of elevators and escalators and she's just trapped and it's just heartbreaking. And, you know, I knew that because I'm like, that is what I don't want. So free I will go be. I will be this hummingbird in life. But if I would have had a different mom, my life could have went a different direction.
Absolutely.
And I feel like
100%.
I was put on this earth to be a mother in a different way. And maybe I would have had kids, which would have changed the divine calling.
Right.
And I really believe that I was put here to mother. I don't have kids of my own. And I feel like I was really, now it all makes sense. I'm like, oh, I was put here to mother in a different way.
Yes.
And
Well, you're
you know,
mothering
and
every
through
time you talk.
Yes.
Every time you
Every
give a
time.
keynote, you are mothering every single person out
am.
there. You mother us every time we
Yes.
listen
Oh,
to your
yeah.
podcast, every time we read your
Very.
book about fear. You know, you grew up with a fearful
Yeah.
mom and now you wrote about fear. It's really come
Yeah.
full circle for you.
Yeah, isn't it interesting?
It
really
is.
is.
Afraid of my mom.
Yep.
I'm actually still, I mean, it's interesting. Yeah, that's really interesting. But there's a lot to unpack there. And I'm working so hard on it, but I've gotten to just such a place of grace and forgiveness with her. And I just, you know, I can't imagine what it was like to go through that. You know, but it doesn't mean, you know, I have strong boundaries and a
Yep.
deep self-love and I will not tolerate a victim, but I have forgiven. Oh, I have forgiven. And I've just, that is another thing that has healed me a lot because I think, you know, holding on to that anger, it's like, you know, you're taking the poison yourself, right? There's that saying, I don't know who said it, but something like that. Like, you're just drinking the poison yourself
Yeah.
the more you hold on to.
I mean, we talk about that a lot,
all
is
the
that
time.
forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness really isn't
Is
for
not
them.
for
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Oh.
for me. So yeah, thanks
I
for
think
asking about it.
Amazing way
Of
to look at
course.
it. And I'm so sorry. Like, I know it was an amazing experience and got to where you are today, but I just think it's
You know,
inspiring.
I think when we all take how we grew up and all the generational patterns, and then we try to look within ourselves, and that's
Yeah.
what we talk about with self-reflection, and really know like who we are, why we became who we are, and then also that we don't put the trauma that we grew up in back on our children.
Holler at that. No
Holler
doubt
at
about
that.
it. And that's why you two are so awesome and interesting to me. And I think what you have is special. And there are going to be people that don't like that light
Yes.
and don't like that relationship. And it's
Yeah.
going to have nothing to do with you ever.
Yeah.
So just
she
keeping
struggled
you,
with
it's
it
why I was
personally.
attracted to you guys. It's why I was attracted to you guys because it shows what's possible. And it made me feel like so happy. I was like, this is great. And that's, you know, I think not having that, I was attracted to it because it did feel authentic and real. And there's going to be people that are triggered by it. So just keep doing you and just keep trusting that that'll never have anything to do with you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Means
Thank
the
Just
world.
keep being amazing.
Yes.
We're very lucky.
Yeah, you're so
Very.
welcome.
Okay. I'm
Same.
going to pivot for a second. Let's unpack a few of your signature phrases.
Oh. I
Because,
like this one.
okay.
because we love them. So you have said,
Okay.
and we discussed
She's
this a little
probably like,
bit.
I don't even
but I'm
know
gonna s-
what my signature phrases are.
What have I said?
It's okay. We talked about it a little in the beginning, but I'm going to say it again. You have said, I hate to break it to you, but people already don't like you.
Yeah.
What exactly do you mean by that in 2 sentences?
We can never control other people, places, or things. We can only control how we show up. So your reaction's yours, mine's mine. Like there's no avoiding it.
Simple as
so
that.
why? Yeah.
I love it.
I love that.
Respect.
Okay.
That's a good one. Well, okay. You have also said, always be alive in the back of the line. I think that is
Oh,
what it is.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Always be
Stay
alive in the
alive,
back
yeah.
of the line, or stay alive in the back of the line. What is the story?
Yeah, stay ready.
behind- Stay ready. Yep. What is the
That's
story
stay
behind
ready.
that one?
That's an improv. So a lot of times when we're creating scenes on stage, you've got the ensemble in the back and 2 people out front playing. You could be tapped in at any moment. So look alive, be alive, stay ready. And you won't have to be ready.
Oh, interesting.
So you don't have to look. You don't look like, oh, where am I picking up? You got to be so focused that you
Yeah,
can
the
jump
whole
in. You're
time.
listening, you're there, you're present. So improv helps us with being present.
Oh, I love
Right?
that.
So I've
No
been
matter where you
doing
are
that.
in line, you're saying always
Yeah.
be ready, know what's going on around you.
Be ready. So you kind of are awake and aware. Like on this podcast, I don't have 1 million million other distractions, I'm right here with you.
Yeah.
Right. And so now I can be present and listen and react in a real way because I'm here. I'm not somewhere else, or I'm not trying to be cool, or what would she say? This is what happens. We're like, oh my God, but is this going to be funny enough? A lot of early improvisers, me, myself included, when I started, you're like, I want to be funny. I want to be cool. And then you try to go out there and be funny and cool, and then you bomb.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to be funny and cool instead of just being yourself. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what it means to be alive on the back line. It means like be awake, stay ready, and be awake. Like, are you here? Are you listening?
Got it.
Because if you're not, we'll know.
Oh,
Okay.
100%. You can tell.
And one of my favorite things you've said is everyone needs a blind spot person. Can you explain what that means?
Oh yeah, someone you trust on the inside, that someone who doesn't want to be you, someone who isn't jealous of you, someone who you would trade places with.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Meaning they're in the arena with you. They're not someone, there's someone who's at your level and or aspirationally, someone that you can go to say, what am I not seeing here? What am I not seeing here? And you're not going to get your feelings hurt about it. Someone that can literally tell you the verb. And I had it happen with me in my cover. The three of my blind spot people, they all said the same thing. They were like, Booty, we hate to say this, but like,
This is not you.
What happened to Holler at Your Dreams?
Yeah.
And what if it was so bad that they were like, get rid of Be the Verb and just call it Dangerously Inspiring Ideas for the Wildly Dove Soul. People were like, you got to get that off there. And
I love it.
I went out to a dozen people, but my three blind spot people told me the truth. The rest were like, told me what I wanted to hear.
Yep.
Yeah.
You need your blind spot
And
people.
I love that.
And then the three blind spot people were like,
No.
you're better than that.
I love
Good
it.
real friends right there. Let me tell you that. 100%.
Well, go find those people. Yeah.
Okay. Well, before we wrap up, which I feel like we have 5 more hours of things to talk about, so I don't like that. We love doing a very quick rapid fire kind of game. So it's rapid fire questions, just throwing them off spontaneously.
Fine.
Okay. First,
I love this.
what is your favorite TV show to binge watch?
Hands down. And I can't even believe I'm going to admit this. Love is Blind. Love is Blind.
It's a really good show.
Ella too. Obsessed.
I love all the reality love TV shows like that. I'm not gonna lie. Like they're
It's
very
good.
It's bad TV, but it's such good TV.
She loves it.
Oh my God. And UK drops today, Ella. So September 13th, the UK second season. Oh my God. Guess
I
who's
actually
gonna be
didn't know that.
binging
That is amazing.
today.
Wait,
Oh my
I'm so
God.
excited. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Okay. What is a Cadillac margarita?
Oh, girl. I mean, it is
And how do I make
so
one?
I love a Cadillac. You're going to want to get a nice Reposado tequila, like I like a Don Julio Reposado, and a good Reposado tequila. You're going to do a little Reposado, shot of Reposado. You're going to do some fresh squeezed lime. You're going to do a dash of orange juice. You're going to do a little bit of splash of orange juice.
Okay.
You're going to have a tahini rim, and you're going to shake all that up. You're going to pour it on rocks. You're going to top it with club soda, and then you're going to top it with a half a shot of Grand Marnier. The Grand Marnier is an orange flavored liqueur that makes it a Cadillac. It's the Cadillac market. And there's many technically, I mean, there's calories in it, but there's none of the filler. It's just lime, splash of orange juice, 2 cordials, and
Love
some
it.
club soda and
Love it.
tahini. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll make you one.
I love a tahini rim. I love a tahini rim.
I love a tahini rim.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If you had to pick one go-to 90s hip hop song, what would it be?
Lottie Dottie, we likes to party. We don't cause trouble. We don't bother nobody. We just
You chose one that I know, which is even better.
Snoop all day. My first dog's name was Lottie. My first dog's name was Lottie.
That is so funny.
And she was a Doberman at that. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. That's so good.
If you could switch lives with someone for a day, who would it be?
Good one.
Right now,
Yep, right now.
Queen Herbie.
Oh.
Do we know who she is?
No.
She is a motivational raptress. She's a rapper, a motivational rapper. She's edgy and cool and different. She is so responsible for a lot of my awakening and coming home.
Okay.
A lot of her music lives on my Holy Flow playlist. Oh, she's wild and witchy. She's putting on her own shows, and she's self-produced and self-made. And she's just this like spiritual raptress, motivational, edgy creator. And to stand on stage and to be able to rap, like do what I would just I'd do that in a second.
See,
or Beyonce.
You know why this was so
Or
perfect?
Beyonce.
Or Beyonce.
See, I mean, that's
but you know why this was so perfect? Because I didn't know who that was. And when we are done with this
We're gonna go look her up.
we're going to do a deep dive and we're going to get excited about her too.
Link her in the show notes, and she spells it QV. QVEEN.
I love it. So excited.
Queen Herbie.
I love that.
We will be doing that.
Oh, it's a good one.
Okay.
Okay. What would somebody else say your red flag is?
Impatience.
Okay.
Patience.
For sure.
Okay.
That's a good one.
That's a good one, actually.
Yeah.
I don't hear that often.
For sure.
I love that you know that about yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I would consider that a red flag for like somebody.
It might be for someone.
Yeah, no, I think that's great.
I think you're a little impatient.
I am impatient.
Yeah.
It can be a red flag because then you're just
well,
you don't wait. You don't wait, and sometimes you need to wait to make a decision.
Yeah,
and I need to ride emotional waves.
Yeah,
that is dangerous for me, and I do it, and I fall in love with people, and I'm like, let's sign the contract. Oh my god, I love you. And then you wake up the next morning, you're like, oh my god, what have I done? Or you're really stressed and down, and you're quitting everything. You're like, I'm never doing this again. We're done, and I throw the book in the fire, and then I'm like, what have I just done?
Yeah.
Right? So I'm very impatient.
We're very similar.
She literally will be like, I'm never doing that ever again as long as I live, and then a week later, she's doing it.
It's emotionals.
Yeah,
emotional.
It is. It's the emotionals.
Yes. Now I'm going to use that against you. I'm going to be like, it's because I'm emotional.
Of course she is. Okay. And what's a red flag that you won't accept in someone else?
Yes.
Victimhood.
Ooh.
Victimhood.
That's a good one.
Because laziness and clutter are things on the outside, just sort of traits people just aren't cleaning up. But someone who is a victim, we are here to be victors and victresses. I cannot deal with the victim. It is it's going to be hard. You figure it out. Like I can't with victims. I have some of those in my family, and it's a lot. So I don't know. I mean,
I like that.
I just can't don't be a victim. You can be a victim or a badass.
Absolutely.
I choose the latter.
We'll choose badass. Do you choose badass? We're going to all choose badass. We're a badass.
We're going to be bad. We're not going to be victims.
Love her. Thank you for being here.
I know. Wait, okay, hold
on.
So
incredible.
If somebody wants to go deeper with all of your work and grab your new book, Holler at Your Dreams, where is the best place to find you?
Oh my gosh. So I think JudiHoller.com, JUDI.
Yep.
Holler, the verb.
Holler. We've been dying to say that, by the way. Can we all do it one time?
She came into the podcast
ready?
and was like, holler.
I said right from the beginning, we have to open up with holler.
Okay. So cute. You guys are so cute. I can't stand it. So JudiHoller.com, everything lives there. And then social media wise, mostly on Instagram, LinkedIn at Judi Holler. And then my book is available anywhere you like to buy books, or just go to JudiHoller.com and it'll instruct you where to go. This will be airing, but the book comes out on September 9th, and we're about to go up on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and all the fun places. I think ebooks are already up, but we're just having so much fun, and I can't wait for her to just get out into the world, the book being her, and just thank you for creating some space for me to share more about the message and the book.
We're so proud of
and
you.
Just to meet
We're
so
beyond proud of you.
Fangirling, and now we meet.
We have.
Finally.
And we love the Friday forwards. So for anyone that wants to know, every Friday, it makes me smile every morning when I get your email.
Yes.
Oh my God, I love that you get my newsletter.
Oh my God, love your newsletter. It gets me in such a good mood because it's very real and it's very you, and it's no bullshit. And when you're in a bad mood, you say it, and that just makes me so happy.
Thank you, Terry. I love it. Thank you so much. I'll keep them coming. 8 years running. So don't get my newsletter. You should probably
sign up for
that. It's one of my joys. It's one of my joys, and I write it every Friday. Yeah,
I love it.
That's a wrap on today's episode and on season 4. Thank you so much for tuning in.
We are taking a little break to recharge, reflect, and get real about what's next. And in the meantime, keep being real,
keep being you,
and know that we've got your back. If you have any thoughts, questions, or just want to say hi, we would love to hear from you. Your support means everything to us. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at Chasing Red Flags Official, and on Facebook and YouTube at Chasing Red Flags. And if you want to share your story, ask a question, or pick up some Chasing Red Flags merch, go to ChasingRedFlags.com. The Chasing Red Flags podcast is produced by Jay Del Turco. We are new in this space, so if you enjoyed what you're hearing, please subscribe, rate, and leave a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, or add a comment and like on our YouTube channel.